Well, maybe just a bit for everyone here in Kolkata, Gujarat taking on Rajasthan. And we've got a confirmation, firstly, of what's happened in terms of the score. 79 for 2 at the 10-over mark. Just the reason why I said a bit of everything. Early loss of a wicket, that of Yashasvi Jaiswal. That's when Gujarat looked on top. Then the Samson Buttler partnership. Even though Butler's not quite got going, 23 of 25, it's been all Sanju Samson. But just at the 10-over mark, in fact, 9.5 is when Sai Kishore took the wicket of Sanju Samson. Where does that leave the balance of this game? We'll find out on Cricbuzz Comm Box. That's why we're here to have a little bit of a chat. Ajay Jadeja and myself. Ajay, how much does the wicket of Sanju Samson change where you feel the balance of this match is at the moment?
Oh, you asked that question at the start, and I thought, the game was balanced. These guys are equal. 10 overs down, and just before we came on, that's when Sanju Samson gets out. It's almost in a balance. Because when we look at numbers today, it's a different game. It's a knockout game. I know they have a second chance, but both teams are happy where they are. I think they'll both be happy where they are. This game still hasn't moved anywhere. Yes, Sanju Samson's played a fabulous knock. What he did is special. But on the other side, his friend Jos Buttler has taken his own little time. So I think it's still in the balance. I don't think it's moved anywhere. They're balanced sides and they're pretty close to each other at this stage. Both would be happy. I think both, ideally, GT would want many more wickets and RR would have won more runs. But they'll probably be happy at where they are. It's a punching game where it's one of those games where waiting for the other to make a mistake rather than any one of them going out there and trying to give a punch to the other guy. Samson did do that, but then Buttler held back. So it's, as a team, they're waiting and assessing. Let the other guy make a mistake. That's the feeling that I get watching the first 10 overs.
And of course, if you see Samson's innings, it doesn't generally he's not punching. He's just sort of caressing and hitting and pushing, and it's going for 6. So that doesn't seem like punches at all. So in a sense, what you're saying, perfect in the balance of it. Jos Buttler. Now, we talked about first 7 innings, next 7 innings, different Jos Buttler. He obviously seems a little conscious of that because he played an innings early in the tournament when he was also scoring runs, when he scored a 90 of 47. But again, in the first 20, 30 balls, he was playing like today. So conscious that he wants to probably bat till the 20th over.
Yeah, it seems like, it's because it's not the wicket that's doing it, or it's not the bowling, it's not struggling. It's almost a mindset where he's saying, I've got to stay at the end. Maybe there's some sort of a, strategy with the team, and you saw Samson come in and go for everything. So as a unit, they're playing like that. They believe. And I think, Buttler, with the experience that he has, you can expect that with him. You can ask somebody so senior to, probably play in not his normal style, do a little extra on a certain day, which seems the case. And as you rightly said, he can explode at some time. So suddenly we'll see maybe now with Padikkal walking in, watch a couple of balls with Padikkal. If he doesn't get going, then you're sure that Buttler is going to start serving. Whether it comes off or not, that's a risk that you take when you play like that.
Well, one thing's for sure, one thing that has gone to plan, and we've seen it in the past, is Rashid Khan. Now, Rashid Khan, generally teams have said, okay, listen, let's play out his 4 overs. Hasn't happened too long in the recent past, but today again, it's been that formula. We are playing Rashid out. 3 overs, already bowled of his, and he's conceded 11 runs. 2 overs for 8. He's bowled his third in the 11th over. 3 overs for 12 to be exact. So they've consciously not gone after Rashid.
Yes, most teams do that. You got to think about what you do against him. And GT are using him differently as well, aren't they, GB, this time? Because, third over in a trot, very rarely do you see that. So, they all feel that, nobody wants to let that game go. Buttler on this side is holding everything back, and they're, GT's trying to throw their best card there, and they've thrown him. So it's a cat and mouse game going on. Who's going to give up first? And I like this strategy. I know, yes, you'd want to hold a couple overs back. But if you got a bowler and the opposition is decided to, defend him off, let's go further. You've got somebody alongside. Sai also has picked up a wicket, because what it does is it puts pressure on the other side. So it's you can see the pressure of a knockout game or a big game. It's not just one of those games where you come and do the normal things. You try and do things differently, and GT, as I see, are playing aggressively in the sense that they've gone with Rashid Khan for the next 3 overs in a trot. And RR, in spite of that Samson knock, have not taken the game away.
Well, it's obvious that Devdutt Padikkal walked out with instructions that you can do what you like against Rashid, go after the others. Sai Kishore, the wicket taker, he's hit a 6 off the very first ball he faced off him. So Padikkal's role seems pretty clear. Lots of batting to come. At this stage, 89 for 2 in the 12th over. Where do you see the score heading from here? And where would Rajasthan be happy to be at this stage?
I think Rajasthan would probably be happy past my inflated score of 189. Inflation's been going up. If there was anything in the wicket, there was a little seam movement and a grip. So the difficult period's off. And the position that Rajasthan is in, they would not be happy with anything less than 190, I think. They want, especially Rashid Khan's couple overs gone, not couple, 3 overs gone. You don't have a Lockie Ferguson today. You've got Alzari Joseph, who I feel is a bowler who bowls at the top much better. So I think Rajasthan, the way they played, how they're planning to do this, they're looking at beyond 190.
Yeah, there you go. One from Shami to come, a couple to finish with from Yash Dayal, who took that early wicket, and then Alzari Joseph, expensive in his first over, but that's the bowling that they've got at the back end. Just one left from Rashid Khan. So that'll be interesting to see how many they actually finish up with wickets in hand, and maybe Buttler, like he did over the season, first 7, second 7. For Buttler, it's going to be first 10, next 10. Could he change things around? We'll see you at the end with exactly how many they've put on. That's all on Cricbuzz Comm Box.